Welcome to Let's Keep It Real. This is Anya back with another episode. And this one is one that was taken out of the archives. I was going through my old files and I found this interview that I did back in 2012. This is the second half of a two-part interview. The first half, I had opened up the phone lines and the fans went absolutely crazy. This is an interview I did with Jamareo Artist. He is one of the musicians in Bruno Mars' band, the HOOLIGANS, and I had met Jamareo previously, and he was nice enough to grant me the privilege of doing his very first interview. It was a really fun interview. Since then, he's gone on to do great things. He's had years of success, and it's really nice listening to this old interview and getting a feel for how he was back then when things were a little bit new. There were other things Jamareo was interested in outside of music.
I want to get into things like T-shirts. I might work on my bass project, my instrumental bass CD, a jazz CD of my own. I'm working on production, and who knows? Things change like that. You know, I never thought that my career would flip this well so soon. So, you know, I might end up being in movies in 5 years. Who knows?
How is your family? I know that you're from a church background. How has the family, immediate and church, responded to your success? What's the support been like?
Surprisingly, my dad's church and the church that I played at and a lot of the surrounding area churches that I know, and even some out in different states, I've gotten so many positive comments, messages, tweets, and when I meet people, you know, they may be a pastor and they may say, him and his wife, I ran into a pastor and he told me that him and his wife and children were big supporters of me because they saw my positive personality on making this band 2 years ago. It means a lot, though, to have a lot of support from even a church. Of course, you have some judgmental ones that say, you can't turn your back on God. You know, music is not a bad. Music is a good thing. Music is music. There's no sin in music at all. It's what the message behind the music and the motives that people have. The music has nothing to do with it. It's where the person's heart is. I could be playing for the rock band Kiss. That does not make me a sellout. You know, it's your job.
Right.
And I tell people, even people that work on regular jobs, you know, they don't know who they're working for. One person who owns the company could be a person that worships the devil.
Exactly.
Does that make them a sellout too?
Exactly. You know, like you say, unless you listen to the lyrics and the content of the music is music, as you said, you being a musician, but me as a lay person. I totally understand where you're coming from when you say that about the music. Of all the places you visited, Jamareo, what is your least favorite and why?
Oh, I really don't want to say that.
Okay, why is it your least favorite?
Well, a particular place that is my least favorite. It is my least favorite because it's just hard there. It's like a depressing place and very hard to get your hair done over there. It's just like nothing there. My phone doesn't work.
Oh, my goodness.
It is a tough thing for me.
Do you have Sprint?
Yeah, my Sprint phone doesn't work at all in some countries.
I have a Sprint phone, and I could go down the block with some trees, and it wouldn't work. So I'm not surprised that it didn't work over there. But I understand. What is your favorite place? Which country do you love the most?
Ooh, so many. I love a lot of parts of Europe, like Ireland. I love London. London is like a cleaner version of New York to me. I love everywhere that I've been to be. Well, just about everywhere I've been. I can't lie. Some parts of Europe that's a little bit depressing to me. Germany in particular. That's what I was talking about earlier. And it's no offense to the people that live in Germany. It's just a different atmosphere for me. You know, it's a little bit more depressed, and I had the food and, you know, the TV in the hotels, you know, nothing is in English. There's nothing I want to watch. You know, my phone don't work. My clippers don't work there. So, like, what works here?
You have to convert it, right? You have to convert it. Have a converter to use for your electrical appliances.
I've tried. I got all that, and the voltage is just too high.
Oh, okay.
I love all the people in it and all the support from all these places. It's just different, but nothing is better than my home to me, the United States. I love the tour here.
Would you ever consider living outside of the U.S.?
Not permanently, but I wouldn't mind having a home in, you know, maybe some parts of South America or London or somewhere, Puerto Rico.
Oh, very nice. Do you have any idea of how many countries you've visited to date?
No, we've been everywhere except the Middle East.
Have you had to change passports?
I had to get pages added in it, yeah.
Oh, wow. And 2 years ago, you would never even have imagined that you would be where you are now.
No, not even a little bit. I did not know. I didn't see it coming like this.
Not to dwell on the negative, but as I mentioned, Jamareo was one of the winners of MTV's reality show, Making His Band. And Jamareo, we both know how that situation turned out. I know that a lot of the musicians and the whole group of winners were basically on hold for, was it it a year?
Well, it was actually longer. It's to this very second. We were on hold, to be honest with you. Nothing would have worked out for us. We would still be sitting at home with nothing to do. They left us high and dry. Absolutely not one phone call, you know. And but good thing, fortunately, a few of us were blessed to get some awesome calls, and it kept us running.
And that's the beauty of being on that show. Television is so powerful because you guys were able to be on the show and you were able to showcase your different talents. Other musicians and then your mentors themselves were accomplished musicians in the industry. So, you know, once that didn't work out, I know the frustration of having to wait. And then when the situation arose where there was another live audition for what you thought you had already gotten, you know what I'm saying? So not to be too specific, but then, you know, but everything happens for a reason. You were able to have a lot of visibility on the show like the other castmates. Because you were so visible on the show, as you mentioned, Bruno Mars knew you and recognized who you were, leading to that introduction. So everything really has worked out in your favor. It's just a blessing, and I am so proud of you guys. And a couple of the guys went on tour with Sean Kingston immediately after.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing like really, really well, and I'm really pleased and happy for all of you.
Well, I know I'm speaking to everybody. We all appreciate it.
What has been the most exciting performance for you?
That's a tough one. Every performance is an experience with me. I came from a tough musical background. Gospel field is tough. You know, I've done shows where literally, I'm not even exaggerating, we formed to literally 3 people.
Oh, really?
So certain gospel tours, you see 3 people out in the audience with this big building. You see nobody in there. You'll see a building that may hold 4,000 or 5,000 people. You have 25 in there. You know, you're riding in a bunched up van with a bunch of people who stink. You know, 4 people in a hotel room. So you might have to sleep in a van.
Oh, wow.
You know, I went through all that for years. I did that for 5 years. And
Jamareo, you're 22.
I know. I started touring when I was a freshman in high school.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, 14.
Did that affect your schoolwork?
No, I'm a pretty smart person. Not to brag about that, but I'm blessed to be a pretty smart person.
It's good to know that.
I'm real smart when it comes to stuff like that.
Well, very good.
I made it. And my principal, you taught me that. I don't know if you ever heard of a gospel singer named Shirley Caesar.
Or
her armor bearer was my principal. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yes, of course I know Shirley Caesar. Who are some of the other artists that you have played with?
Before then, I was doing gospel work. Well, I did do Blackstreet. That wasn't too good either.
The group Blackstreet?
Yeah, Blackstreet, Teddy Riley Blackstreet. Yeah, but that wasn't crystal clean either. That jar was pretty dirty too.
Oh, my goodness. Let me ask you this. Since you mentioned Blackstreet, and when you say Teddy Riley Blackstreet, okay, I'm thinking, okay, so he's 22, Teddy Riley Blackstreet. How old were you when you were doing that gig?
I was
a teenager.
I was about 19.
So you were a teenager. What is the general attitude towards you as a young man in the band with a group like that?
Serious. They treat you as a kid, like you know nothing. Pretty much, we can just throw him a nickel, he'll jump for it, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was never green. Like I said, my dad's a musician, as well as he's been in positions where he was managing things. He's always been in a top position at his jobs, whatever he's done. So I knew about business. I knew how to not get ripped off. You know, and I know how to speak up for myself without coming across as a butthole.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in this business, you kind of got to be a butthole to some people just to show them, you know, you can't get over on me.
Exactly. You're not a pushover.
Yeah, but after making this band, I've never had to worry about that.
Yeah, that's great. As was evident from the last show that you were on, we were talking, I attempted to ask you a couple of questions, made the mistake of opening the phone lines, and it just went absolutely crazy. You see what kind of response you get from these people, so how exciting is that?
It's still new to me every day. It's a new experience every day with that. I wake up every day and look at my tweet, my Facebook, even at these shows. It amazes me when you hear people. Just for instance, you know, we're backstage at the arena. Of course, fans can't get to you. There's a big gate. They'll be standing there. They'll be banging on the fence, and they'll some say, Jamareo. That alone, and you know, I'm in Germany, you know, people saying, Jamareo, or France, or Brazil. They say, Jamareo, we love you. Having a poster. Mind blowing. I can't even tell you. A little guy like me, standing 5'5", 5'6". I can't believe it.
Oh, my goodness. Is there any part of it you think you can do without? Because I know it has to be a flip side to that. Has anything crazy ever happened?
Well, it all depends. It all depends. Sometimes fans could be a little bit pushy. They'll do kind of anything.
Yeah. If they're able to, like, get that close enough to you where they're caught up in the excitement, the next thing you know, Bruno might be looking for you.
Well, we've had a few people who jump on stage and stuff. We have things like, but we have security, so we're not going to get hurt or not too suffocated. Now, in Argentina, we did a performance on the beach, and there was only one way out. Well, we had to, even though they blocked one area off, barricades, we had to walk through the sand on the side to get to our SUVs. And some fans, of course, started running towards that way. There was thousands of them that way, and we had to run back inside the tent, backstage, stay there until we can get, they could call enough police staff to come and clear the way for us.
Oh, my goodness.
That was tough. They have your manager yelling at you, get out of the tent. Don't everybody peep out,
Oh, my goodness. Like you say, you're still getting accustomed to it. And I know you said when you met Bruno, he was a relatively new artist. Nobody knew about him. He had the song with B.O.B. or whatever. How is he responding to his fame?
Oh, he loves it. Me and him have the same personality a little bit, both kind of reserved, kind of mellow, silly at the same time, and we think the same way about a lot of things. So feeling loved by so many people it's just nothing better than it. Nothing is better than that. To feel everybody wants to feel loved. And when you have he has just about 7 million fans on Twitter. I'm pretty sure there's more than that.
Oh my!
Everybody not on Twitter. But feeling all that love. You got to be happy with that. I mean, some people aren't, but he's very happy with it. He handles it well. Mm-hmm. He appreciates fans. He appreciates them a lot. We've done lots of charity shows for kids, and he loves it. Hopefully, we can just keep going higher and higher.
I'm sure you will. You guys are an amazing talent together. Just the band is just amazing. And what I saw you guys in your pink jacket. Oh my gosh! Is that when you guys did Valerie?
No, we had blue jackets when we did Valerie.
You had blue jackets.
Our pink jackets were in Belfast, Northern Ireland. When we did the MTV European Music Awards.
You guys were sharp.
We walked on the red carpet.
Look, it takes real men to wear pink. You know that.
I know. Well, it wasn't my choice.
But you guys rocked it. I mean, you guys were hot. I have the pictures posted on my website, blogtalkradio.com/Anya Radio. You'll see Jamareo in his pink jacket, a member of the Hooligans, Bruno Mars' band. He's the bass guitarist. You're listening to Let's Keep It Real. My name is Anya. I know that from reading your post that you said the Fender bass is your instrument of choice. Do you play any other instruments?
I play a little bit electric guitar, acoustic guitars, a little bit of drums. I play clarinet, bass clarinet.
Oh, nice. If you were to give mothers any type of advice about young children who are interested in pursuing a career in music, what would you say to them?
Well, at some point, especially if they're a boy, you have to be able to, at some point, I know they're your baby or whatever, but at some point you got to let them go. If your son or your daughter is telling you that they're into music and they really want to do it, they got to be willing to, first of all, they got to have patience. Us musicians, you take a lot of patience with us, especially if you want to play the drums and stuff. You got to deal with all the noise, or you got to have some money too because you got to buy these instruments. But you got to be willing to sacrifice for your kid, to invest in them, believe in them, to do these type of things. Music business is not easy. I say to any kid, if you do music, you love it, do it because of that. Do it because you love it. Don't always think about the money. Let that come. When you love it, when you love what you do and you master it, the money's gonna come. Study as much as you can. Study hard. Learn as much about your instrument or your vocals. Learn everything that you can. Learn every style. Learn if you're a bass player. Learn every tone on that bass. Listen to Kenny Chesney and listen at the bass player on that and figure out the tone that he's using in country music. That way you can take this wherever you go. You can be well-rounded. Always have a positive attitude. Try not to ever boast and brag about yourself to everybody. You get sick of you that way. Don't burn bridges.
If you were ever given a chance to be on another reality show, which one would you want to be on and why?
I would love to be on maybe American Idol or something as a judge. Well, I don't know any reality shows that I would want to be on right now. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a contestant on it. I can tell you that much.
What about something like Amazing Race?
I don't know that one.
You have to eat bugs.
Oh, no. Oh.
You have to eat Madagascar cockroaches.
Oh. That's disgusting. Oh, I'm gagging right now.
Oh, my goodness. You have had occasion to, because of your current job, to be around people that you probably would not have imagined interacting with. Who is the biggest celebrity that you have met?
Stint. I met him. We did Bruno was in the Time 100 magazine, and he was one of the top 100 most influential people in the world last year, 2011. We had the pleasure of being one of two artists who perform on there. Us and Sting performed for the private Top 100 performance, which had all kinds of big people in there. Supposedly, President Obama and Michelle were supposed to be there, but I don't think they showed up. I didn't see him. But it was Justin Bieber, lots of people there, and we had the pleasure of being around him and found out that he loved our music.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
Who's your celebrity crush?
A few of them.
A few of them. I know you admire Beyonce's music, but we're talking about...
I do. I think she looks amazing, too. She's just definitely fine. I love Alicia Keys.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I liked her before the baby, but, Beyonce, yeah. Well, before the baby, I don't know what she looked like now. Her artist named Esperanza, I have a big crush on her.
Esperanza Spalding.
Yes, I love the hair. I love her personality and the way she plays bass.
And her whole vibe. Exactly. She has a kind of vibe like looks like it would mesh with you.
I love it.
Yeah, you'll have the same little earthy thing going on. Have you ever met her?
I did. We did the Grammys in 2011, and we had in the back at the Staples Center. You had to go through a security line in the back. They had picked us up in the hotel. The band. We hopped out of the 15-passenger van and put your stuff in the bucket. And I happened to look behind me, and Esperanza was standing right behind me with her manager.
You were like, oh shoot.
Yeah. I guess I said, look behind you, that's Esperanza. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. And it just came out, and I didn't mean to say it out loud. I was thinking it, but I said it. Oh my God, I love you. And she smiled. And that made me so happy. And she was carrying her own upright bass. And I asked her, you want me to help you with that?
Uh-huh. And what did she say?
I ended up taking it inside the building for her.
Oh. Did she know who you were?
I don't know if she knew who I was, and I don't think so. She might have. I don't know. We didn't really talk.
I know she knew who you were at the end of the night because after you guys performed.
Yeah, and I didn't get to see her again.
Would you ever consider reaching out to anyone via Twitter, since that seems to be like the in thing for you celebrities?
I don't know.
You know, Evelyn Lozado met Chad Ochocinco on Twitter. That's what they say. So would you tweet, say Esperanza, and say, hey?
I would love to, but I always fear that they won't talk to me or they won't like me or nothing.
On the last show, we had a lot of love coming your way from all the fans, all the little ladies calling. Some of them even asked you to be their Valentine. That was very sweet. So,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was very sweet. I really appreciated you coming on that show. It went crazy. I didn't get a chance to chat with you about what I really wanted to talk with you because once I opened the lines, the phones just went crazy and it took over a life of itself. So I had to continue the chat with you, and it's being aired tonight on another edition of Let's Keep It Real. You're listening to Let's Keep It Real on Blog Talk Radio. My name is Anya, and my special guest is Jamareo Artist, winner of MTV's Making His Band and bass guitarist for Bruno Mars and the Hooligans. I was very interested when I saw your status update that you guys were headed to South America. Were you guys there just to do a concert? And I know you went to a couple of countries in South America. You went to Chile and where else?
Chile, Argentina, and Brazil.
Did you fly from New York?
No, I flew from Raleigh, met up with some of the band members in Atlanta, and flew from Atlanta to Santiago, Chile. That was our first show.
How was Chile, other than you guys having to race to the van?
Oh, we don't really get to go around as much, especially when we have a lot of fans, so sometimes it's hard for us to go around. Management doesn't control us, but of course they make the smart decisions for us. Cause we're all young, we'll just go out and just go. We all heard South America was a dangerous place, especially when it feel like celebrities are around. Whatever you have, not the fans, but you have people who like to cut people up and steal your watches and stuff.
Wow.
You have to be careful. We didn't get to really tour the city, Chile.
You know I'm from South America, right?
What part?
I'm from Guyana. It's the only English-speaking country in South America. Everything.
Oh, you go to Guyana then?
That's what I was saying. I'm saying they're in South America. They're on the continent. Why are they not there? And then you guys went to Argentina, and then you went to Brazil, and we're just next door to Brazil.
Yeah, I wish we would have went. Because, it was tough. That was one place that was tough, but I loved it, Brazil. It was tough all around because nobody understands, what you're saying to them. It's like you have to do sign language. And, you talk to people, then they talk to you. I'm speaking to them in English, and they're speaking to me in Portuguese. We're just just all over the place here. It's like, okay, what are you saying? They're looking at me, what are you saying? It's like, okay, we're not getting anywhere here. I'll point to it. Give me that Pepsi right there.
I have been to Brazil. Did you guys get a chance to do any kind of sightseeing? I know your time was short.
No, we didn't get to do any sightseeing. We were supposed to, but the traffic was bad. And they didn't want us to have to wait for 2 hours to tour the city.
Yeah.
There was a lot of traffic. We wanted to go and go up to the mountain or whatever to see the Jesus statue.
Yeah, El Cristo, the Christ.
We just couldn't, but we did get to walk around just that. I can't pronounce it. Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Buenos Aires, Argentina.
We went around there. We had a day off there, and we walked around. I loved that place. That was my favorite place over in South America, and Florianopolis as well.
Really? Well, had you gone to Guyana, you would have said, that's my favorite place. Because you know what? You would have felt like you were in the Caribbean. That's the first thing. I mean, there are no beaches there. Well, there are beaches, but, you know, you would have felt like you were in the Caribbean, and you would have been eating the tastiest of foods, and the hospitality is just over the top. Had I thought about it, I would have suggested that to you, but at that stage, you guys are already in tour mode. It's not like you could probably add another city, but next time, I'm sure you guys will be going back to South America, and it would be great if you guys were to go to Guyana because, you know, they speak English, so you'd be able to communicate.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. You'd be able to communicate. If you were able to trade places with any other person for a week, famous or not famous, living or dead, real or fictional, who would it be and why?
I would like to trade a day with Prince, the artist Prince.
Prince, yes. He is phenomenal.
Just because, I mean, Prince is a cool dude. You know, you got to admit that he's a cool dude. I find him to be a genius. I would love to know what's inside of his head musically.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a genius. I admire his music and him as a person all around. I just been a fan for a while. I like people that are different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not the type that you see all out, all over the place in the media everywhere. You know, he stays in his shell. You know, but it's something I would love to be in though.
Wow. Well, hopefully you get to meet him one of these days.
I'd love to.
That maybe you'll be as tongue-tied as you were when you saw Esperanza. No, but that's great. You know, you're a really cool young guy, and people look at you, you give them the impression that you're very quiet. I mean, you've got a voice, but looking at you, one would say that, you know, oh, he's quiet, very mellow. So is there anything that makes you angry?
Not a lot of stuff, but, you know, sometimes some things that maybe I need patience on is when people keep repeating the same thing over and over again, and I've heard them kind of get on my nerves. Just say, for instance, you go into the mall, and you keep saying over and over again. Oh, no, the bad example. For instance, you tell me about a past experience that you had, and you keep telling me over and over again. It's annoying to me. I get impatient, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to hear it anymore. So, no, I guess some people think I don't listen. So I'm not listening to them because I don't respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm listening, so I just don't feel. Sometimes it's better not to say anything. Sometimes it's not the place to say anything.
Maybe they feel like you're not listening because would you like keep playing something if you were playing your guitar or whatever, and or just doing something or being on the computer and you're talking to you and you're listening, so they don't have your full attention, so that's why they keep repeating because they're probably thinking, oh, Jamareo is not listening to me. He's not listening to me, so let me repeat it.
When I have my guitar in my hand, that's automatic. My mind is going. When I have my bass in my hand, it's a connection. It's like a connection from here to heaven when I have my bass in my hand. I'm not even thinking straight.
Oh, my
Weird.
goodness. I cannot wait to see you guys in concert. I had occasion to see Thaddeus play at a concert. He was playing on, yep. And my sister and I went, and I was like, yeah, that's my friend. I know him. And she was like, ooh, she was so impressed. Oh, you know somebody who was on the stage in the band. And I'm like, uh-huh. So that made me feel really, really good. And like I say, every time I see one of you guys doing something, I feel so proud having been a part of the whole experience of making his band and to see what has come out of it. It really makes me feel proud. What did you want to be when you were 12 years old?
Firefighter.
A firefighter?
Yeah.
Did you know how rigorous the training was for that?
I didn't think about that. I just thought it was cool because people, you know, it's kind of like heroes.
Yeah.
I knew that the girls would love it, you know. So you're a fireman.
Motivated by the girls. The girls would love it. So Jamareo thought he wanted to be a fireman when he was 12 years old. You mentioned earlier that you're working on a T-shirt line. Yeah. If you were a T-shirt, what color would you be and why?
I would have to say black. My favorite color is actually aqua. aqua bluish green.
Wow.
You know, I love that color. Maybe I don't know. Maybe is it called aqua or turquoise or whatever?
Yeah, turquoise, aqua. That's a beautiful color.
Actually, I'm gonna go with that color.
Oh, that's the color you would be.
Yeah, that's the color I would be. It's such a beautiful color.
It is.
You know, like for instance, when you go to, you're from the islands. You know, you go somewhere like Hawaii, you see the beautiful turquoise, greenish, bluish looking water.
Yeah.
You see through it. You know, it's such a beautiful thing. And when you look at it, looking at these beautiful water, when you go to Hawaii or somewhere, it kind of relaxes you. It makes you happy. You know.
Yeah, it's very peaceful.
Very peaceful, and that's what I'm a very peaceful person. You know, I love peace. I think that would be the perfect thing. The whole setting of it, and I had to explain, even though I'm bad with explaining things. I sound like crazy right now.
No, you sound great, as a matter of fact. You're pretty good with explaining things. So I know that you guys have many occasions where you play dress up, so to speak, because of the many appearances that you make on different shows, television shows. But what are you most comfortable wearing? What is your most comfortable attire?
Man, I like wearing casual clothes, to be honest. I like wearing jeans. Like what I have on right now is I love Converse. It's uncomfortable. Some skinny jeans that aren't too skinny, just squeezing your leg. A small T-shirt, graphic T-shirt with like a sleeveless vest, a denim vest, sleeveless vest. That's my type of attire. You know, there's a time and place, I guess, for suits. But sometimes I just feel like, oh man, get me out of this suit.
Yeah.
Man, clothes up in a 50-piece suit or something, hot. You have to walk a certain way with those. You got to have this prestige look to you when you have these black and white suits on or whatever color.
Of course.
It's so much work. Because I like to just be me and just walk around and be just whatever. My little casual outfits on.
Right, and you've always been well dressed. I don't think that you're the type of person who has ever been into the saggy jeans.
No, I don't do the sagging. One, I'm too small for all that. If I try to sag, it's gonna be on the floor. That's a bad idea.
That is funny. You know, a lot of guys get teased about wearing skinny jeans, and the girls are on these different social networks saying that because the guys are buying up all the skinny jeans, the girls can no longer find skinny jeans. So
wow.
I smiled when
I personally think the skinny jeans. I don't like the baggy jeans, to be honest. Baggy jeans just make you look tacky to me. Not. It depends on how skinny they are now. Sometimes they can be too skinny. I think wearing stuff fitted to your size, your size it just makes you look neater to me for some reason.
Right. And
I see people wearing suits that are like 3 times their size. I'm like, man, why is your suit jacket looking like you're wearing a football outfit? Football jersey, it doesn't look good. It looks tacky to me. People wearing baggy dress pants, floppy dress shoes, it don't look good.
It's refreshing for me to hear a young man your age talking about wearing your clothes where they fit you and, presenting yourself in an appropriate way without being too stuffy, just being clean and clean cut and just wearing clothes and looking presentable. So that's very refreshing to hear, because as a mother and as an adult, I get really, really disgusted when I see young men walking around with their underwear out, and I can't wait for that to be no longer fashionable, I cannot wait for that. Bring back the afros and the platform shoes and the bell bottoms before I can accept that foolishness. I think it's really, really ridiculous. So
I think so.
Yeah.
People do the baggy jeans because they feel like, some people say they actually make them feel comfortable. They don't like to wear their jeans up to their waist.
Mm-hmm.
They say they like to feel comfortable. I guess it's some kind of look that makes you look cool, I guess. I don't think so, but they think it makes them look cool and it's comfortable. But I'm comfortable where I am.
And you look great in your clothes. Your whole appearance, aura is very positive. And like I said, I'm really proud of where you are in your career, having followed you since I met you as a contestant on Making His Band. And, I feel proud when I follow you on your Facebook page and I see that you're going here, you're going there, and I enjoy the pictures. So congratulations on your success.
so much. I hope it's going.
It certainly will, because I know that you were raised right, that you have good morals, and you're a decent guy. You can get nothing more but blessings from. You have that embedded in you. You're not going to stray too far from where your core is. So I have confidence, as I'm sure your parents do. You will just get more blessings. You have been listening to a wonderful conversation with Jamareo Artist, my guest tonight. We had to do a second show because on the first show, when Jamareo came on, I opened the line to his fans, and we were inundated with the calls. And being the nice guy that he is, of course, he wanted to say hi to everybody who took the time to call. So in order for me to get you guys to know a little bit more about Jamareo the person, I extended the show onto a second show, and we have been having a wonderful conversation. So Jamareo, I'd really like to, I know it's been a while, I would really like to say thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I really appreciate it, and I wish you continued success, and I wish you all the best as you go forward in your career.
Thank you, Amy, for this interview. I don't do this ever.
I feel so special. I'm going to treasure this.
I'm a treasure. I'll never get a chance to do this or actually talk about, stuff like this. Nobody gets to know who Mario is. I feel better that I've done this.
Well, I hope that this is the first of many more to come. When I see you on TV talking about it, I will say to myself and to everyone who will listen, or even those who don't want to hear, I did the first interview with him, and I will have the proof. So thanks, and you have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me.
All right, thanks. I got it now.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Well, that's the end of an amazing conversation. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. So happy to have pulled that out of the archives for you to share it right here on Let's Keep It Real. Join me next time. Until then, take care of yourself. This is Anya saying bye now.